This exhibition is a celebration of three remarkable New York institutions. The New York Studio School is celebrating 50 years. The Art Students League is 140 years, and Pratt Institute celebrating 125 years. It's honoring artists, the making, the creating of art, the teaching of it, the learning of it, artists who have long ago been at those institutions, whether they've taught or they've studied there.
Their teaching is not just a day job, it's part of their creative practice, it's part of their studio practice. Their classrooms are like laboratories, safe zones for experimentation, risk-taking, where things can become surprising.
Art schools matter because I think the need for a hands-on experience is really part of what human beings need. It's really part of creation, is what you can do with your hands.
Clearly my drawings will not be the original, and they will not only illustrate the point of whatever lesson that they go with, but they'll also have flaws which are very instructive. And so the drawings themselves became yet another part of the lesson of how it's very, very hard to copy another artwork.
What has definitely been happening in the art world, probably since the 80s, is that there's an emphasis on money value rather than aesthetic value. And so the artists who you hear the most about and are on the cover of everything are the ones whose work sells for the most money. We say to the students at the studio school, there's art and there's the art world. Young artists have to take the initiative and find ways of showing their work in alternative spaces. And that's nothing new. That's what the Impressionists did. They borrowed a photographer friend's studio and had their first show.
The gallery is old and young. It's old because I'm not young, and I've brought many decades of experience. Every exhibition ought to teach something. I think we need to tell stories. Just as the title is Art in the Making, we need to be kind of a history in the making. If we do it right, then I think we've done a pretty good job.
If you're looking at something just alone, you look at it one way, but if suddenly it has something beside it, there's a different set of conversations that go on between them.
There's one artist here, around 90 years of age, and he is still teaching art at the Art Students League. And he said, "Anne, you can't teach art. Art teaches you." And if that is the truth, we have it here in evidence on the walls. It is innate, it is very much ingrown, that not just the ability, but the complete obsession with making art.
Observe the core of art for what it is, and art is a perpetual newness.
If you make art making illegal, it means that only the people who are compelled to do it will do it, rather than people that think it's a cool lifestyle choice.
The artists that you're exhibiting here are involved with making things. They're very empirical. They're very invested in the objects. They care about the objects.
The color is what paintings are about. It's the only element in paintings is color. There's no other element.
I don't think you can teach anyone how to use color. You can teach basic ideas about using color in a way that works, but inspired colorists are born. You can't teach anybody that.
Cézanne put it right. He said there's no drawing in painting. He said all you see is two colors coming together, and if the colors are shit, the painting's shit.
Right. And if
that's where you think you've got to learn how to draw to be painter? No, you can only color to make a painting.
I think the need for a hands-on experience is really part of what human beings need. It's really part of creation, is what you can do with your hands.
There's the element of touch. There are all of the sensual aspects of it. And drawing has that in spades, which is one of the things that makes drawing so special.
I don't tell people anything, but if I look at a painting, I can only tell them what I would do to it, because I can't imagine what they were going to do next. I can imagine what I might do next.
Regardless of an artist teacher's personal philosophy of teaching or their own studio practice, deep down their goal is to honor their teachers by passing the torch on to the next generation, who will keep the faith.
The subject of art is art. It's got nothing to do with realism. It's got nothing to do with abstraction. It has to do with what makes something work, what makes something come alive. And to have that ability to do it it's a wonderful thing.